Day 14 in Cusco. By now, my headache was pretty much gone and I felt a lot better. We got up at 3 a.m. to go on an ATV tour to Rainbow Mountain, which meant we were going to be going up even higher in elevation. So, of course, I made some coca tea to go, and they had been selling this coca candy everywhere, which was nasty in my opinion, but bring on the coca. They picked us up around 4:30 a.m. and drove out about an hour and a half to breakfast, which was good, and I got some coca tea with coca leaves. We left and drove about another 2 hours. On the way, our guide let us know that there was this oil called Joma oil which also helped with altitude sickness, which he gave all of us. What he did was he sprayed it in our hands, and then you had to clap it 2 times in your hand, and then put it over your nose and mouth and breathe it in heavily, which is harder than it sounds because it was some strong stuff. Anyways, as we were riding in the van, we were obviously going up and up and up in the mountains, but y'all, I still don't understand how we went from this to this. We finally got to Rainbow Mountain entrance where other tour buses and people were selling things, and y'all, it was horrible. It was snowing, it was freezing and wet. Like, what the We paid one of the girls at the vendors to get these rubber slippers on our shoes, and they honestly didn't really help. I told my friend she had to drive because I was not trying to be driving in that weather. Plus, I mean, it was the first time on it, my first time on an ATV anyway. It was such a trek up there as we all drove up the mountain in a line. Like, people were getting stuck. It was snowing. People were also trying to come down because there was only one trail. We finally made it to our stop and had to walk this small downhill, slippery ass trail to where you're supposed to see Rainbow Mountain. Y'all, I don't know what my friend signed us up for. Oh man. See, this is the type of tour that you cancel. Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. And first of all, let me just show y'all what Rainbow Mountain looks like, by the way. Beautiful, right? Now let me show y'all what we saw. Nothing but fog, snow, and alpacas. Like, of course, there were vendors up there and people up there taking photos with the too cool for school alpacas, but man, like, we couldn't see anything. It was just whiteness. I mean, I definitely got a few photos with the alpacas. Like, of course, look at them. But we were disappointed. We got up that early to see nothing. My feet were wet. My feet were freezing. I was freezing. My poncho ripped, y'all. It was not fun, like, at all. But I guess I'm happy I had the experience. I can say I went to Rainbow Mountain. Didn't see it, but I went. So we headed back down on the ATVs and we're then headed back for lunch at the place that we got breakfast at. Then it was about another 2 hour drive back to Cusco. I spent the rest of the day packing since we'd be leaving for Machu Picchu tomorrow. So stay tuned for day 15.